Have you ever noticed someone who keeps placing bets, even after they win? They don't cash out, they don't celebrate, they just put it all back in. In a world where people gamble to make money, these people almost seem irrational. But psychology says that behavior isn't random. It actually reveals a lot about how their mind works, their impulses, their emotions, and something much deeper than money. Let's break down the real psychology behind why people can't stop gambling, even when they're winning. Let me ask you something honest. Think about the last time you placed a bet. Was it really about the money? Because if it was about the money, you would have stopped the moment you won. You would have taken the cash, gone home, and never looked back. But you didn't. You stayed. You put it all back in. And deep down, you already know why. It wasn't greed, it was a feeling. That 1 second, right before the result, when anything is still possible. The wheel is still spinning. The cards are still face down. The reels are still blurring. In that 1 second, your bills don't exist. That argument you had doesn't exist. That job you hate. That relationship that's falling apart. That feeling of being stuck. None of it exists. For just 1 second, you are free. That is what gambling sells. Not money, an escape. A pause button on a life that sometimes feels too heavy to carry. And here's the scary part. Your brain is built to get addicted to that feeling. Here's how your brain gets trapped. And it's simpler than you think. Imagine a pigeon in a box. Every time it presses a button, it gets food. Simple. But soon, the pigeon gets bored. It stops pressing. Now change the rules. Sometimes the food comes, sometimes it doesn't. Completely random. No pattern at all. What happens? The pigeon goes crazy. It presses the button over and over and over, until it literally collapses from exhaustion. Sound familiar? That pigeon is you. That button is the bet. And the random reward? That's the slot machine. That's the roulette wheel. That's the card flip. Scientists even put a real gambler inside a brain scanner while he played. When he was just thinking about placing a bet, before he even pressed anything, his brain lit up like a fireworks show. Not when he won, not when he lost, when he was waiting. Your brain doesn't get high on winning, it gets high on not knowing. The moment you find out the result, win or lose, the feeling crashes. So you have to bet again, just to feel it again, just to feel something again. And the casino, they know exactly what they're doing. There are no clocks inside a casino, no windows, no sunlight. Because they don't want you to know how much time has passed. The sounds you hear, coins falling, machines beeping, people cheering, a lot of that is designed. Even when nobody near you is winning, the sounds make your brain think winning is happening everywhere. It makes you feel like you're in the right place at the right time. Your cash becomes colourful chips, and here's the thing. Even though you know chips are money, your brain doesn't feel it the same way. Pushing a chip forward feels different from handing someone a real $100 bill. That distance is intentional. They even give you free food, free drinks, loyalty points. So even when you lose $500, a small voice in your head says, "But at least I got a free dinner." They have made losing feel like winning. That's not luck. That's design. But here's the part nobody talks about. What happens inside your own head? When you win, you tell yourself, "I'm good at this. I read it right." When you lose, you tell yourself, "Bad luck. It was a bad beat. That was impossible to predict." You take the credit for every win. You blame the universe for every loss. That's how you keep playing. That's how you protect yourself from the truth. And then there's the near miss. 2 sevens on the slot machine. The third one stops, just one line short. You lost. You know you lost. But your brain screams, "You were so close, one more try." Casinos program those near misses on purpose, because your brain reacts to almost winning the same way it reacts to actually winning, without them having to pay you a cent. And when you're really down, when you've lost more than you planned, something dangerous happens. Logic says stop, but a louder voice says, I can't leave like this. I have to win it back. I just need one more chance. That voice is not hope. That voice is panic. And the more you listen to it, the deeper you go. So how do you get out? First, and this is important, you are not weak. You are not stupid. You are not a bad person. You are someone whose brain got caught in a trap that was engineered by professionals to be as hard to escape as possible. But you can get out. You can't just use willpower alone. Because when the urge hits, your brain literally stops thinking straight. So you need to build walls before the urge comes. Give someone you trust access to your money. Delete the apps, block the websites. Make it hard to act in the moment when your thinking is clouded. When you stop gambling, life will feel boring and grey for a while. That's real. That's your brain healing. It takes about 30 to 90 days for your brain to start feeling normal things as exciting again. You have to sit in that grey feeling and trust. The colour will come back. And when the craving hit, because it will, here's what you need to know. A craving only lasts about 15 to 20 minutes at its peak. It feels like forever. It feels like an emergency. But it's a wave. It rises and then it falls. Your only job is to not act for 20 minutes. That's it. Just 20 minutes. You are not the problem. The game was designed to make you feel something. And it worked. It's because you're human. You wanted to feel powerful, or free, or hopeful, or just not numb for a few minutes. That makes complete sense. But that game is not your friend. It smiles at you while it takes everything. Your money, your time, your relationships, your sleep, your self-respect. You deserve a life where you don't have to check your bank account with your eyes half closed, where your mood isn't controlled by a spinning wheel, where you can sit with your family and actually be there, not hiding a screen, not calculating your next move. The money that's gone, let it go. It was the price of a lesson. And your future is still there, waiting. The only winning move is deciding that you are worth more than the next bet.